In this video, we're going to be taking a look at R2-A3, who is Wedge Antilles' Astromech Droid for the Legacy Collection, and he is part of the Wedge Antilles X-Wing set that includes a Wedge action figure. Not this particular one, this is the TVC action figure. But it's very similar tooling to, I think, like John Brennan here, just with a different head. And then, of course, Wedge's X-Wing, which I'm not sure if it's using the exact same tooling as like the Luke's X-Wing from the vintage collection that I have, but it does look very similar. I wouldn't be surprised if it is a reuse, just judging by the photos I have seen. But I picked this droid up mostly because at the time I got him, which was about 5 or 6 years ago in an auction on eBay, I didn't really have a lot of red Astromech droids in my collection, so I thought, I think it's about time I add one. And at this point I already had Wedge Antilles, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to finally get his accompanying Astromech droid. Similar to like Horn, I have Whistler, so I thought, well, most of the pilots I have, I should get their accompanying droid. Of course, R2-D2 and Luke Skywalker here as well. Not a whole lot I can really say about the droid. This is the only figure from that set I have at this time. And just from doing a little bit of research, it seems that this droid was just labeled as Astromech Droid at the time. And it was a Target exclusive set, so I didn't really see it very much in 2009. I only got the shop at Target like once or twice a year. Because there's not one nearby me. And chances are, if I did see this set at Target at the time, I probably just looked at it and went, oh, that's cool. And then that was about the end of it. But fast forward years later, I wouldn't mind having Wedge's X-Wing now. Same with Big's Darklighter X-Wing. Now for the droid himself, like I said, on the package, he was just labeled as Astromech Droid. Then I think Hasbro had to go and ask Lucasfilm specifically what the name of this droid was, and then, of course, it came out to R2-A3. And he's just reutilizing tooling from the sneak preview R4 droid, the one that has the holographic planet accessory. You see where it can plug in right there, and it does work. And I do have a review of that R2 or R4 unit on my channel that I recommend checking out. But it's pretty standard tooling. I like the weathering on him. Turned out really good. I like the paint apps. I like the red. Like I said, I like having some variety of the Astromech droids, and I didn't really have a lot of red ones. So I figured a good opportunity for that. See the eye sculpted there. Same articulation, and of course the third leg here is on the mechanical system here, where you rotate the head around. It appears right there. It works okay. It's kind of hard to get these droids. Whoops. Kind of hard to get these droids a little balanced sometimes, but just gotta work with it a little bit. About the best you can get, I think. Of course, the standard articulation might fit an X-Wing. At some point when I do another video for the X-Wing I have, I might test it out with Wedge's droid here. But that's pretty much all I can say. Did want to do an individual video for him. For the longest time, and thinking back to when I was doing most of my Astromech droids, I decided to hold off on this because I thought at the time that, well, perhaps I'll wait until I get the Wedge's X-Wing set in my collection, but no telling when that's going to happen, and quite frankly, even if I do get it sooner than later, I don't mind this droid having his own individual video. I think he deserves one regardless. But I'm glad to have him in my collection. If you're a fan of Wedge Antilles or Astromech droids or R2 units, anything of that sorts, it's definitely a great addition to have. A great addition to my Astromech droid collection. And of course, he looks great alongside Wedge here. But like I said, if I do track down Wedge's X-Wing at some point, I'll be sure to do another video for it and featuring this droid. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for plenty more in the future. There's always more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support, and check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.